Warning: the following program is not intended for children, for there is foul language involved. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Nails and Tails. Of course, this episode is episode 8. Now, it was supposed to came out last night, y'all, but I had a whole lot of going on, so I didn't make it to put it out. But we are going to be doing a swatch for this video with these beautiful Modelone. They like a nude and brown and some other kind of damn colors. But we're going to be swatching them today while we do this story time. And today's story time, wait, before I do that, I think we got like 12 colors that I'm going to be swatching. So, yeah. And the reason we're doing swatches today, which I told you all that I wasn't going to always be doing nails, but the reason we're doing swatches today is because I didn't record my Valentine nails that I did. So, yeah. We're going to be swatching this time. But anyways, today's story time is going to be called My 18th Birthday Disaster. Now, this story just surrounds me and two other good friends of mine. One of them ended up not being a good friend after a while because we fell out on this specific story. But I am going to call one of them, her name is going to be KC. Casey is my best friend. And then we have JoJo. JoJo is just a friend, that we met along the way. So she's not my best friend, but she's someone that we have fun with, we hang out with. Casey and her began to become more best friends than she and I did. But anyways, that's not important within this story. So this was following the week of my 18th birthday. And at this time, I was with my husband now. At the time, of course, he wasn't my husband, but we were dating since like earlier this year. Probably about March, April, somewhere around there. So, which means we were still fairly new. So, when it came down to my birthday, we didn't have anything planned. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, my homegirl KC and our girl JoJo. JoJo is from Indiana, but she moved, to our city a long time ago, but a lot of her family members are still in Indiana. So they was just like, earlier that week, like, I'm just going to say it was like a Tuesday or a Wednesday. And they was asking me, like, what you got planned for your birthday, whatever, whatever. And I'm like, shit, at the moment, I don't really have much planned, probably just, kick it with E, which is my husband, kick it with him or something like that. I don't know. But they was like, well, you want to come to Indiana? Because JoJo cousin birthday was around the same time, and he was throwing a party that weekend. The same weekend of, and my birthday was like that Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So the party was on a Friday. So I'm just like, well, shit, what's to the party? Where it's gonna be at? Me just trying to make sure I understand the expectations to the party. Do I gotta pay to get in? Where it's gonna be at? And she was like, nah, it's a hotel party. Her cousin them is getting a hotel room, and everybody just kind of gonna be there partying, listening to a little music off the boom box. You know what I'm saying? At this time, of course, we puffing the little trees. And those who was old enough, of course, to drink was drinking. Me at this time, I wasn't drinking. But yes, I was puffing trees, honey, believe it. And I'm like, shit, yeah, that sounds like a plan. I'm down with it, whatever, whatever. So now, JoJo was the only one of us with a vehicle. JoJo was like, at this time, 20, because she like 2 years or so older than us. JoJo was the only one with a car. Rather, if she always had her own little vehicle, or she would have her mom's car. So she had her own little vehicle that she bought, a little putt-putt, you know what I'm saying? But her little putt-putt got around. So in this moment, she, I guess, assuming that her car was going to be the good designation for us to get to Indiana. So I'm like, okay, we good. I'm like, so how we getting out there? You know what I'm saying? She like, oh, we gonna drive my car. Now, when she said that, I was already slightly skeptical in my mind, because I'm like, bitch, this little car gets around, but sometimes it have its issues. So I was just like, well, are y'all you sure that we gonna make it out there? We ain't gonna have no issues or whatever, because I ain't trying to get stranded. Now, this is me. I'm thinking this already and telling her this. She like, girl, nah, I've been going back and forth to Indiana in my car already. We good, yada yada. So I'm like, okay, sounds trustworthy. So fast forward, Friday comes. You know what I'm saying? We preparing ourselves so we can head on out there to Indiana. Now, let me remind you, because I'm young still, 17 going on 18. I was working at McDonald's, but at this time in my mind, I'm not figuring like how I am today. When I go somewhere on vacation or I'm going out of town, even if it's just for one day, I got to have a certain amount of cash on me. And I got to make sure, of course, I have my cards and shit like that. Prepare yourself, basically, because anything can happen. At this time, I only had like probably about 150 bucks or so. And not even so much 150, because before we even left out of, our town to hit the highway, we all, what I'm saying, went to the little tree man and got our little treefers and shit. So I had already spent like 50 bucks on that. So I'm saying to myself, like, I'm going to be good for the night because I don't drink. So ain't no need for me to put in on no liquor or do none of that. I just got my own little personal trees, enjoy myself at the party, whatever. So we head out. We rolling. We doing good. We listening to music. Like, we about to hit Indiana, the border, to cross the border to go to Indiana. But of course, we're still on the expressway, because even though we hit Indiana, it's not time for us to get off yet. So we rolling good, and her car started to like jerk and act a little funny, like it was getting ready to cut off or do something. So we looked, I'm like, oh shit, don't tell me your car to start acting up. So she like, no, we should be good. She just kind of slowed down or whatever. She probably like, I'm probably because I'm speeding and going over a certain speed limit. I'm just like, okay, not thinking nothing of it. Nope, that motherfucker started overheating. So she ain't had no choice but to pull over and stop the car. So, we pulls over. We on the expressway now. We in Indiana already. We pulls over. She get out the car. It's smoking. Whatever. I'm like, oh my God. I'm thinking to myself, like, what the fuck can go worse now? We stuck. We stranded. She like, oh man, I might have to call my cousin or something to come and get me. So I'm like, okay. And then what about your car? You gonna call the tow truck? What? She like, shit, we probably just gonna have to leave the car on the side of the expressway till tomorrow and, come back and see what we can do or tow it. Because she like, I ain't got no tow money tonight to do that. So me already like, oh my God. Me and Casey looking crazy. She just looking like, man. She like, but I know, what I'm saying, one of her cousins. She was like, because we ain't too far off from our exit. She like, so it wouldn't be nothing for him to come and get us. Calling. We was out there literally for about a good 20 minutes. Finally, her cousin ended up calling back because she didn't get through to him. She let him know where we at. We on the expressway. We stuck, blah, blah, blah. So he like, damn, I'm going to come pick y'all up or whatever. So him and another guy, and it was the other guy's car. So they end up coming to pick us up or whatever. Cool. I'm still irritated slightly at this point because I'm just like, even though we finna go and enjoy ourselves, my main thing is these fools gonna take us back home when the party is over with, right? So, anyways, we get to the hotel. You know what I'm saying? We get out. I'm still just in my head like, man, I hope we able to get home tomorrow because, I work. I got to get back to work. Just a bunch of shit going on. We get up there, we starting to have a good time or whatever. Now, the party had already, begun. People was already up there when we got there. Music was already going. You could smell the weed in the air. They sipping and drinking liquor because, they're a little older. Boom. We probably about an hour into the party. Motherfucking hotel people come knocking on the door. Boom, we making too much noise. Now, I didn't already know that they had been there for a while and that this was like the second or so time for hotel coming up to the door. So, we ain't thinking nothing of it. Me especially. I'm just still enjoying myself. A little bit later, they come back upstairs. Boom. Now they putting our asses out because they just completely disturbing the peace. So I'm just like, damn, at this point, because in my mind, I'm thinking, shit, with this being a hotel party, I'll probably be able to crash or something on the couch or somewhere up here because it's her cousin's hotel room. And we'll be able to crash here, and tomorrow, somebody can take us home. So now we getting put out the room. I'm worrying, okay, now what we going to do from here? So anyways, folks started leaving, going home, we got put out the room. We ended up going back to her male cousin who came and pick us up. That cousin. We ended up going back to his place because, like I said, we ain't had nowhere else to go. Her car stuck on the expressway. How the fuck we gonna get home? So we go back to her cousin's house. She like, well, we just gonna go to his house, y'all. This is how she telling us while we was leaving the hotel. She didn't ask the cousin though. She like, we gonna go back and stay at my cousin's house for the night, and tomorrow he can just take us home. So I'm like, okay, a little bit more relief. Like, fine, we good. Get to her cousin's house. Now he got a little one bedroom. Well, not a one bedroom. A little efficiency. So I'm like, now not only got an efficiency, he got a dog. So we get upstairs. He got one little couch, a TV, and then over on the side is his bed, like towards the other side of the room. So we go upstairs. It smell like dog. He got a rug. It smells like dog. I'm already like, oh my God, this is where the fuck we finna be staying at for the night. Irritated as shit. So he also had like a little round card table with some chairs and shit. So her, JoJo slept on the couch on one end. KC laid on the other end of the couch because I wasn't getting on that motherfucker because it smelled like dog. So I set my ass in the motherfucking little fold out card table chairs, and I put two more like off to the side. I almost made it like a little bed to myself. And I leaned up against the wall to help support my back. I couldn't go to sleep for shit, so I'm sitting up literally throughout the rest of the night watching TV. They did actually drink something, even though we weren't supposed to, because we was underage. But we ain't gonna talk about that. But they ended up drinking at the party, so of course they drunk. They over there passed out sleep. Sun come up. It's now the next morning. It's still early as shit, but I'm irritated and anxious to go home. So I'm tapping KC and waking her up like, man, it's daytime now. Wake her ass up and see if her cousin can drop us off at home or what's going to happen. If I got to throw a little gas money, I got the gas money because, I still had a little money left from, when we came out there. So she wakes her up, yada, yada. She like, man, it's early as hell. Y'all serious right now? I'm trying to, go home. It's early. We'll get home. So I'm telling her, like, that's besides the point. You know what I'm saying? It is now Saturday. My real birthday is tomorrow. I'm not trying to fucking be out here in Indiana all day today because I got shit that I want to do, even though I didn't have nothing planned, but I'm still not trying to be here. I can go shopping. I can go hang out with my guy. I can do many things. I don't want to be stuck out here in fucking Indiana, especially in this nasty ass efficiency. So I'm, a little irritated telling her, like, but I'm trying to go home. You know what I'm saying? I already felt like this was a bad idea. So she gets up or whatever, going, tapping, waking her cousin up or whatever. And she like, man, we need to get to the house. How you able to, can you take us home? So he sit up a little bit like, huh? Man, I ain't able to take y'all home. My car ain't gonna make it all the way out there, yada, yada, yada. So I'm sitting here now irritated like I fucking knew it. You sitting up here like you just knew this dude was gonna take us home and you wasn't even sure your damn self. So, and I said this like, man, now I'm fucking irritated because now we literally finna be stuck the fuck out here. Because trying to take a taxi all the way from Indiana back home, bitch, that's a lot of fucking money that we ain't fucking got, even collectively. So I'm irritated. I'm just like, man, I'm finna go. I'm going outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, because I'm real motherfucking irritated. Now I got to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna get back home. So I go outside. I'm trying to think and brainstorm who the fuck I know that could possibly come and get my ass. Boom. My girl Key. Now, Key is somebody who was a little older than me. I know I told you all in a few other stories that I've always hung out with people older than me, other than those that I went to school with. I've always hung out with older people. And I'm like, you know what, let me call her in hopes that this heifer ain't at work and she can come and get me. And you know what I'm saying? And we can make some type of arrangement for me to pay her when I get paid, whatever, whatever. So I go outside. I end up calling her, whatever. Save the motherfucking day. That's my bitch. She like, girl, I tell her what happened. She like, girl, yeah, what's the address? Yada, yada. I end up telling her, the street and what the address was on the house. And, we in, I'm like, we in Indianapolis, though. We weren't just in Indiana. I'm like, we in Indianapolis, da da da. So she get to doing her little thing or whatever. She like, okay, well, I'll be out there. You know, it's going to take me a minute, but I'm on my way. Cool. So Casey come outside and she like, you cool? You know, trying to check on me and make sure I'm good. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool, but I'm irritated. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go home. But I end up telling her, like, well, I just got off the phone with Key. Key gonna come and get me. So if you want to catch a ride back, then you can catch a ride back. But I was like, but that bitch can stay here. She can find her own ride back because she don't know Key. You know, Key don't know her. So, bitch, if I say you ain't getting no ride, you ain't getting no ride. So I was already irritated. Now here she come, JoJo, outside. So what you gonna do? What y'all gonna do? Because I can call my uncle, you know, like I said, she from out there. I can call my uncle and see if he can drop us off too, or this and that. We got other options. Like y'all out here tripping, like we just finna be stranded out here. My people out here. So I ended up telling her, you know, I got irritated with her mouth. I was like, bitch, I don't care about your people being out here or you being out here. I said the whole point was I was skeptical to come out here. And you talking about your car was going to make it, this and that. And then had the nerve to tell us your cousin was going to take us home. And you ain't even checked with the dude and asked him because we could have figured all this out before we even made it to his house last night to see how we was going to get home. You calling your uncle or calling somebody. I'm like, so now you finna try to call around to see who can take us home, not knowing if anybody can. Man, you doing too much. You doing too much. You getting all upset about nothing. I told you we ain't gonna be stuck out here. We came out here to have a good time for you for your fucking birthday. And this how you want to act. Like she really going in like she did me a motherfucking favor by bringing me to Indiana to have some fun because I told him I didn't have no plans for my birthday. Bitch, I didn't need to have fun. I'm fine with having bored ass plans on my birthday and just enjoying myself and kicking back, you know. So I was like, you know what? You doing too much is what it is. I was like, and I advise you to just shut the fuck up talking to me before I smack you. Irritated. So her, of course, being just as tough, she turns around and was like, be smack, bitch, smack me. Smack me. I want to see you smack me. And boom. I connected and it all went down. We fighting, we tussling. We finally fall onto the ground. We rolling, we fighting. I end up getting on top of her. She had my hair like into her chest. I got her by her hair. I'm still punching, still punching. She hitting me. We get, when I say we scrapping. Casey trying to pull us apart. Then here come the cousin, I guess, from hearing all the commotion, came outside to help Casey, you know, get us from fighting and shit. And he like, you know, damn, what the hell, what happened? What is y'all doing? What y'all on? Y'all supposed to be cool, yada, yada, yada. And I was just like, fuck that bitch. She ain't my motherfucking friend. That's her friend. I was like, and then she got the audacity to try to get slick off at the mouth and shit when she the reason we stranded out here, this, and that. So she like, bitch, you didn't have to motherfucking come. And yet, and when I say y'all, we back and forth going at it, right? Now, we ain't too far, you know, still from each other. We slightly in each other's face, still talking. Casey got my arm. Her cousin kind of like got his arm around her stomach, her waist area to keep her apart from me and shit. Why this bitch hawk off and spit? When I say the spit landed on my chin, all I saw was red. I tried to charge this bitch. Casey grabbing me. Before I knew it, I kind of like bumped and pushed her the fuck up off of me. Grabbed JoJo again. Boom, we back at it. We fighting some more. At this point, the cousin kind of like backed up a little bit, like, man, I ain't finna keep breaking y'all motherfucking asses up. So we still fighting, we scrapping around or whatever. And I don't know if it was just that we got tired and we was just over it, because I ended up getting up. She got up and shit, and instead of her steady charging me, the bitch walked off and went into the house. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck this bitch. I'm gone. I was like, if I have to motherfucking walk on the expressway and meet Key halfway to this bitch, I'm gonna walk. I was pissed. So not too long up the block, not too far up the block, like just a couple of blocks up, because it's like a busy street before you turn onto her cousin's street. And it's a Walgreens on the corner. So I'm like, you know, telling myself, like, I'm just going to walk up here to this motherfucking Walgreens and cool off, whatever. I walk up, I'm walking up the street. Casey following up behind me, trying to tell me to stop and, you know, come back, this and that. So she finally walks behind me. Like I said, that's my best friend. So she making sure I'm good. So she catches up to me. She like, man, y'all tripping. All this wasn't even cause for, yada, yada. She was like, this, now what we finna do? I said, shit, I'm finna fucking go up the street and I'm finna go up here to this Walgreens and I'm gonna stand my ass up there until Key come here, till Key get here. And she was like, Tam, seriously, that girl finna be like at least an hour before she make it. I was like, okay, I can sit my ass up here an hour. I ain't worried. I'm not going back to that house though, because if I do, I'm gonna beat her ass some more. So she was just like, fuck it. We gonna keep walking then. We went up there, made it to the Walgreens. And at their Walgreens, it's like a little black bench, a little metal bench that sits on the side of the store. So I sat my ass on that motherfucking bench. She was like, you for real? You finna sit here till she get here? I said, yeah, I'm finna sit here till Key get here. And I was like, as a matter of fact, I'm finna call her and let her know that I'm at this Walgreens. Because when you get off the highway and come up the street, you can't miss it. Because you got to pass the Walgreens before you turn up to her cousin's street. So, I ended up calling Key, letting her know I was at the Walgreens, yada yada, told her what happened. Now she pumped up. She, nah, I know this. I'm like, nah, it's cool. Her family or nothing ain't trying to be on no bullshit. And wasn't nobody jumping in or nothing. It was literally just me and her fighting. So Casey or whatever was like, well, fuck it. You my bitch. And I feel responsible for you. So I'm just sit here with your ass to keep get here. So JoJo ended up calling Casey phone. She ended up telling her whatever. We up here at Walgreens. I'm going to sit up here and wait until, her ride come. And we just going to go and head back to Kankakee. So she like, well, how I'm supposed to get back? This and that. And she was telling her like, shit, I don't know. That's something you going to have to figure out or ask, Tam, because whoever the girl is, she coming to pick Tam up. So, long story short, my girl Key ended up making it, pulled up like the motherfucking G she was. And we took our asses back home. The whole ride home, I told her what happened, whatever the incident. And probably like a few days after that, me and JoJo end up running back into each other, of course, because that's Casey's friend. We talked about it. We kind of blew it off, but we didn't really hang out with each other like that after that. You know what I'm saying? We just really weren't friends like that. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of a sour relationship, but we weren't beefing no more. But yeah, that was the story of my bogus ass 18th, going into my 18th birthday, because it wasn't literally on my birthday, but it still didn't make a difference. But anyways, you guys, what do y'all think about these damn colors from Modelon? Some of them weren't new. You had a pink or two up in there, but I like them. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And while you edit, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your girl. I mean, it's free. I keep telling people, y'all act like doing the subscription means you have to be dedicated and you have to be contracted to something. You don't. Just hit the like button even if you don't want to subscribe, and just keep coming back to watch the videos. Hell, help me and my views out. All right. See you guys later. Bye.